Hey, what's up, YouTubers? So you ever driving your car down the road, you just can't figure out where that freaking rattle is coming from? Alright, so this video is going to show you kind of just how to address those issues. What I like to do is isolate the issue with possibly like a piece of paper, fold it up, try to shove it within the crack that might be making a little bit of vibration noise. And then I'm going to go over how I'm going to modify that issue. I'm going to try to eliminate a few of my rattles in my car. I've taken it to the dealership. They've looked at it, cannot reproduce the noise that it was making, so they cannot fix it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to fix it myself. One of the areas that I notice is the glove compartment. This tends to jiggle back and forth. Don't know if you can hear it. Another area that makes a lot of noise is between the dash and the A-pillar. This little area right here vibrates back and forth. Another area that I've had issues with is in between the center console and the stereo. Don't know if you can hear that, but when it gets cold, it makes quite a bit of noise. And the last little area is the same spot by the A-pillar. So with that issue, what I'm going to attempt to do is I got some of this, it's the one side of Velcro. It's the side that doesn't have like the grabby side. This is more like the felt side right here. So what I'm going to do is I have some good electrician scissors. These are Ideal ones, which is actually the brand. Doesn't just mean that they are the Ideal scissors. Klein also makes these too. And you know, any household scissor that's real high quality should work for you as well. So what I want to do is I'm just going to make just a half strip right here, and I'm just going to stick that on here, and what it's going to do is it's going to make, you know, it's going to make a tighter gap. All right guys, so I'm just going to cut this stripping in half. I think it's a good idea if you look at the back side, which is the adhesive side. You start looking at the black side, you're not really going to notice when you start walking off the center. So I think if you look at the middle, you know, you should be able to pick a nice clean area to look at, and then you're going to have, you know, a good pattern to keep a straight cut. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. When you're doing this, you may need to clean the scissors off because you're going to get quite a bit of residue from the glue. So I recommend just taking that area, just wiping it off with your fingers, just kind of getting it clean. You want to do this slowly. I mean, the slower you do it, the more accurate you're going to do it, and the better it's going to look. Alright, so now I have cut it into two pieces. So it's quite a long cut, but the reason for that is I want to basically do this seamlessly. Okay, so I'm just going to apply it to the top first and just follow the inside crevice. And just take your scissors right down there at the bottom. Just give it a nice clean little snip. Make sure everything is just on there nice and solid. So right now, I mean, you can kind of see it, but already I think it looks really smooth. It looks really clean. So yeah, it's just right in between that crack, and I think that it looks very, very clean. You know, I just put it up here, ran it around down there. So now I'm going to install it on the outside of the glove box right here. And what I'm hoping to do there is to get a really nice solid fit, because you can see it wiggles a little bit, and when it's doing that, it's, you know, it's vibrating. So if I can get that play out of there, I don't think we're gonna have any more issues. Okay, also I think I'm gonna run it in this area right here, going up, right in this little area right here. That looks like it'll get me a little bit tighter fitment right here, so maybe it'll jiggle around a little bit less. So again, I'm just going to start on the corner and work my way up. Just pressing this on here. It's double stick, double stick stuff, so it already comes pre-put on there. But it is the Velcro brand, so I'm assuming that it's going to be high quality stuff and shouldn't have any additional issues. So now I'm just gonna snip that off there. See that just put it right in there. You can't really see it from the side. And now I'm gonna put another strip of that just going down right here. I'll just peel and stick. And I think I got this for about $4 at a local Taps Plastics. I don't know if you guys have any of those near you, but it's a plastic place that basically sells, I mean, they just sell all sorts of plastic stuff. So you could probably buy this. I mean, you might even be able to buy this stuff at Target, but you know, they have a big old spool of it. So I just got it there because I knew they'd have it, and I was hoping that it would maybe be cheaper than some other places. So now you can see, look at that. I mean, it's not moving at all. I don't hear that noise at all anymore, and it closes a lot more solid, a lot less vibrations. So I'm gonna run that inside lip still. I think I might do that and finish that up on the top. So on this top part, there's a little seam line that I am running this on. You can see it at the top of your glove box. It's where it starts to bend down. That's what I'm following. And I'm using the side that I did not cut. The side that I cut, I'm using that as the inside piece. That way, you know, this outside piece is just very, very straight and solid. Because that inside piece, it could be a little bit off, you know, depending on how you cut it. So you know, some of you guys might think this is a total rig. That's all right. I don't really care because I know it's going to fix my problem, and I think it looks pretty decent, really. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see how this stuff holds up. Like I said, it's $6, you know. Yeah, so you can see here, you know, it looks pretty clean. You can't really see it from the outside at all. Coming all the way down. I just ran it on the top here, down into the corner, and then up all the way down there, and up around the top, and then also down the side right here. You may have to close your glove box a little bit more solidly. Just push it up there. You know, that could be something, but I'm okay with that as long as it doesn't rattle. So I just have to push it a little bit more firmly than I did before. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna move on to the A-pillar. It's making noise right in between here, between this plastic. In the morning time, it makes noise. It's very annoying. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off. So I'm back. Got a smaller screwdriver, so we're gonna try this out. This should work a lot better. So yeah, just pretty much put it in there. You should be able to pull it out with your fingers. These are really, you know, it's a really delicate clip. It's just plastic, so you don't want to pry on it too hard. Just get your screwdriver right in there. Just peel up a little bit until you can grab it with it. So after you take off the clip, you're gonna want to get a 10mm socket. Put it in there. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and loosen that up a bit. Set that aside. Now I think you should just be able to pull this off. There is an airbag in here, so you want to be aware of that. There may be a few clips as well, so just pull down. Yeah, looks like I have one clip. Okay, so this is what, you know, the dealership has done for me, is just basically put in a little bit of double-sided tape. It's super, super thin. So hopefully in doing this, I'm gonna run this along the side right here, which is going to tighten up this space. So hopefully doing that is going to quiet it down quite a bit. 8-pillar airbag. So this thing's designed to boom, to blow off. So yep, I'm gonna run it right in here. You can see this line right here. That's where I'm gonna put that stuff, and hopefully it'll quiet it down a bit. Again, I'm using the clean side for the upside. That way we don't really see it. I'm gonna get it pretty close to the top on this one because this thing just annoys the hell out of me. It doesn't happen all the time. It's mostly when it's really cold out. Like first thing in the morning when you're starting to drive your car. This thing just makes all sorts of noise. So you're touching all over the inside. Where's that coming from? And you know, you figure it out and then kind of touch it, push on it, and maybe it'll stop a little bit for a while. Yep, I'm just putting that on there. I'm gonna cut this off clean at the end. So I cut that off there, right? You guys can see it. Just looks like that on the inside. And hopefully what that's gonna do is insulate this quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and reinstall this. Make sure to line up that factory clip with the hole that it has right there. So just be able to bang it in. All this weather stripping. I want to make sure that it's on the outside, just like it was from the factory. Alright. Get that up there. Let's go ahead and reinstall that 10mm bolt. Hand thread it, and then alright, and then you're going to want to go ahead and reinstall your clip. Okay guys, so there it is. That's the look of it afterwards. You can just barely see it peeking through. You know, if you don't want to see it from the top, that's fine. You can just put it on a little bit lower. Check this out, listen to it. Only noise I'm hearing is my finger banging against plastic. I don't hear any more of this annoying noise. So I'm gonna follow that up. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And yeah, we'll see how that works. I'll let you guys know. So we're just gonna repeat the process on this side. Just doing it one more time. I'm gonna gently pry this out until I get it up. Pop that thing out of there. See, it didn't put any scratches on it or anything, so I mean, just be pretty gentle. Don't give it too much force. Loosen it up. Once again, just pull down on this area, pulling towards you, basically towards the driver's seat. The clip is about right here, so you're gonna want to give that force kind of down here with your bottom fingers until that clip can snap out. So there it goes. Snapped right out of there. So now this is loose. This is basically just gonna pull right forward. Okay, and again, you got kind of what they did right here, if you guys can see it. Super thin, little tape. That's what I guess they did for me. And I want to see if, I guess that right there kind of has a little sticky piece. So once again, I'm just gonna go ahead and install this right on here, and then we'll cut it out with my scissors. All right, so let's start on this again. So I know you guys are thinking, well, why didn't you do Dynamat? Well, Dynamat you can't really buy in small amounts, at least not that I'm aware of. I tried going to a car audio place to see if they had some scraps, because I would just put some of that in there. But I think that this is gonna work very well. And if it doesn't, it's gonna be really easy to pull off too. So, you know, it's not really much out of my pocket to make this thing shut up and sound like it should sound. Place. Okay. A little bit of force on it. Now you should be able to look. You should be able to look at the clip right down here and actually see it, and then be able to bang it right on there. If you had something like a knife or something, you should be able just to pull back this weather stripping real quick. Just kind of pull it back out of there. I'm not doing it with the sharp side, not doing it with the cutting edge, just pulling that out of there with the dull side of the knife. And grab my 10mm bolt, put that back in there, hand threaded it first, make sure. Put the cap back on there. It looks like too, guys, like the spot where you pry from, which is right here, it looks like you want to actually put that in first, like right here, because this kind of has a clip on it. So you do that, and then the other parts just clip in. Or else when you're putting it in, it's gonna kind of thin that other piece out. So yeah, I think it looks good. If those rattles have gone away. From what I can tell, the rattles in those particular areas have been addressed. I do hear very slight little rattles in a couple other places, possibly behind the stereo. Maybe there's some loose wiring. I might need to take a look at that. You know, maybe just some of the cables that are, the cable looms that are back there, maybe they're not super tight and they're just kind of rattling around a little bit. But it just, that little thing, I mean, you guys know, you hear something in your car, you're like, where's that coming from? I gotta fix it. So that's what I'm trying to figure out here. But yeah, it sounds a lot better. So, you know, if you guys want to try that, if you have a particular area that you think that might fix up, go ahead and try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You're out basically $6. If I were to take my car to the dealership, it's gonna cost me a lot more than $6 just in gas, just to drive to the dealership. I mean, my dealerships, you know, I mean, maybe it wouldn't cost that much, but there and back, you're gonna waste your time. Basically, you're gonna be sitting around for probably about 2 hours, and then they have to recreate the issue and fix the problem. And most of the time, we can't hear it, sir. I'm sorry, we can't recreate the issue. So, you know, sometimes it's just better to fix things yourself, guys. You know, it's an easy modification, just a quick fix, really, and try it out. Try it out. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried anything else. You know, if you've done a different procedure, if you use Dynamat, obviously that's more of a sound deadener to quiet down a full panel or something like that. More so to, you know, take away a lot of outside noise and inside noise for, you know, panel vibrations and that sort of thing. But that stuff's really expensive. You're looking at close to, you know, for a full car kit, you're looking at $200. And when they say full car kit, I kind of think that just means, you know, the doors, the trunk, that sort of thing. It's never the full car. I mean, you're not gonna get a full car kit, you know. You might get close, but you're always gonna have areas where you're like, damn, I need to buy a little bit more. So, you know, you're probably gonna run around $200, $300, maybe even $400. And that's gonna add quite a bit of weight to your car. So, I mean, if you don't wanna add a lot of weight to your car, which most of us don't if we're driving a performance vehicle, you know, less weight, better power to weight ratio. So, you know, the more of that insulating stuff you put in your car, yeah, the quieter it's gonna be, but the heavier it's gonna be also. That's why people with race cars, you know, or anything like that, they're gutting the interiors, because it's making that car weigh a lot less. And it's loud as hell in the inside, but, you know, for that extra bit of speed, that extra bit of power, that lightness, that better balance in the car, it's worth it for some people. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Like I said before, just comment, you know, like, subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna keep these videos coming. Hopefully you guys like them. Yeah,